lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day. At 17 I took a wife. I loved her more than I loved my life, and to maintain her both grand and gay, I went to rob on the King's Highway, which makes me now to lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day. I robbed Lord Baldwin, I do declare, and Lady Maysfield of Grosvenor Square. I shook the shutters and bid them adieu. I shook her dog and her servants too, which makes me now to lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day. Before George Aldred I was tried, before George Aldred I was took. Then Harry Cook said, this will not do. My iron chest ye have broken through, which makes me now to lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day. When I am dead and going to me grave, no costly tombstone will I crave. 6 comely lances to carry my pall, give them broadswords, cloaks and ribbons all, which makes me now to lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day. Adieu, adieu, what was my fate? I was brought up in a tender state, bad company did me entice. I left off work and took bad advice, which makes me now to lament and say, pity the fate of young felons all. Oh, willow day, willow day.
This is Rainier Evans with PSUTV here at Live at Lunch in Parkway Northwest. I'm here with the Stomptowners. Thank you guys so much for coming out. How are you guys doing today?
Well, very well, thank you. Thanks for having us.
I really enjoyed your performance. Where do you guys think you gained most of your influences?
Well, I grew up in Liverpool. I went to a lot of folk clubs as a teenager in the north of England, and Irish centres where I heard a lot of Irish music and a lot of English traditional folk music as well.
And you incorporate a lot of dance into your performance as well. And I hear you run your own studio. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I have a studio that's it's called the Stomptown Collective. It's kind of near Omsey under the Hawthorne Bridge, and it's a percussive dance studio. So I do the old style of sean-nós dancing, and which is the old style of Irish, looks like tap or clogging.
Now, you guys have some really interesting instruments up there. Could you tell us a little bit more about those, especially your pipes?
Mm-hmm. The instrument I was playing is called the uilleann pipes, and that's Gaelic for elbow, because you use your elbow to fill the bag rather than blowing into it. It's kind of it's the end of a long line of bagpipes that came through Britain. And it came to its current form in approximately the late 18th century, early 19th century, and almost went extinct there for a bit. And then since the 60s, it's been on a revival. So.
And what were you playing?
That's right. I was playing a tenor guitar and an Irish bouzouki. The bouzouki comes from the Greek tradition, and about 50, 60 years ago, some folks were from Ireland were down in Greece and saw the instrument and decided that it might fit well into the traditional culture there. So it's since been assimilated and now has become one of the traditional Irish instruments.
So where are you guys playing next?
We're actually playing in Salem at Boone's Treasury on March 6th.
Cool. I bet that's going to be a great show.
I hope so.
Now, you think influences obviously are your British background. Do you have any influences for your dance?
Yeah, most of my influences are the older dancers that are all from Connemara. So it's a style of dance that isn't really or wasn't taught in America until about 10 years ago. And it would be the dancers that I learned from probably in their 60s to 90s. And they're not famous people at all. They're just dancers that live in their cottages or in different places in Ireland. But now that style has kind of gotten a revival, so it's on YouTube. And you still can't find the older dancers on YouTube, but you have to go over there to find them.
Cool. Now, how long have you guys been together?
Well, that's kind of a difficult question. We've all come into different phases. I started playing with the Stomptowners, must have been about a year and a half ago, something like that.
Yeah, and for me, about 3 or 4 months.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Well, we were just so glad to be able to add a fourth person. We had a core with the three of us, and then we were able to add Richie, which has really just been great. We have the bouzouki and the guitar and that, so it's wonderful.
Really fills it out, yeah. So how can viewers get in contact with you? Where can they find your music? And I hear you guys are offering a free lesson for dance. How can they get more informed about that?
Well, we do have a card that we're giving away a free dance class. Rather, Malden is, because she's the dance teacher. And we also are on Reverb Nation. Just go to reverbnation.com, the Stomptowners. And we're also on Facebook, same thing, the Stomptowners. So pretty much if you Google us, we'll come up and there'll be some way of getting a hold of one of us.
All right, thank you so much for coming out. This is Rainier Evans with PSUTV, live at lunch every Tuesday and Thursday here in Parkway Northwest. Thank you.
Adieu, adieu, what was my fate?